Will Barrell Bourbon change my mind about sherry finished bourbons, or am I going to be left disappointed? Let's find out. What is going on, everybody? Nathan here with the Everyday Drinker. Everybody has a brand new video. Now, you guys know that I pretty much am not the biggest fan of port or sherry wine finished bourbons, but Barrell Bourbon reached out to me and asked if I wanted to do a review of their sherry finished wine bourbon for that. This is the Barrell Bourbon Cask Finish series. I think this is the fifth edition in this lineup, and this is their PX Sherry, coming in at least 6 years old and 115.52 proof. Now, if you don't know what PX Sherry is a fortified wine coming out of Spain, and PX Sherry is one of the sweetest sherry wines. I'm not going to pronounce the name of the grape because I'm going to botch and butcher that up like you wouldn't believe, but nonetheless, me personally, I'm not a fan of wine finish. Now, the ice wine, for me, for some reason, I really enjoyed what that had to offer. It was a little bit different compared to your traditional wine finished bourbons, right? The ports and the sherries and the cabernets and the merlots and blah blahs, right? But here we are. We've got what Barrell believes to be a really, really good bottle. And you know what? As always, I accept what Barrell wants to send my way. But as always, I am here to give you guys a 100% honest review. Make sure you guys drop that like. Let me know in the comments below if you are fans of wine finished bourbons and what your favorite is. Let me know that down in the comments below. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. Helps the channel grow like crazy. We're on the road to 15,000 subscribers, and I want every single one of you to be along with that. And we're doing a 15,000 subscriber giveaway, so you don't want to miss that. But let's get in the nose of the Barrell Bourbon PX Sherry Finished Bourbon. I say it all the time, and it holds true here because Barrell Bourbon, Barrell Craft Spirits, they are the kings and queens of blended bourbons and finishes, because on this nose, I'm not getting hit in the face with a lot of sweetness from the sherry wine. You still get the bourbon, and I say it all the freaking time. A finished bourbon should not be an overtake of the finish. A finished bourbon should have a very nice complement. It should be complementary to the bourbon. It should be bourbon first with a nice soft touch of what that finish has to offer, so that you are getting something a little bit different than what your traditional palate might be or the nose might be, but it's not overtaking it to where the bourbon comes in the back of the background. The bourbon should be in the foreground. And on the nose here, I'm getting a lot of bourbon qualities, but I'm getting a really nice, soft, sweet grape note, because that's what you're going to get off of these for sure. And that's in the background. Really nice plums, really, really nice plums. Red fruits. It smells oily. It smells viscous, and it's hard to explain. But what just pops into my mind is just a little bit of like fruit oils and things along those lines. And I really do enjoy what that has to offer, because you have to dig and find that in this glass a little bit. Really nice caramel notes. It's soft and it's easy for, what was this, 115 proof? Yeah, 115.5 proof. It doesn't have a lot of burn on the nose whatsoever. It does smell juicy. And when I say juicy, I'm almost getting when, say, you have that snap of a grape and you get that burst of the grape juice, and I'm getting that on the nose. It's really interesting what this is doing to my nose. I'm digging the nose of this so much. It's a very, very enjoyable, sweet, aromatic, fruity, a touch of a floralness with some really nice sweet aspects to it. And before we get into the palate of this thing, to help this channel like you wouldn't believe, in you, if you want a sample of this bottle right here, you got to check out the Patreon. Link is down below. For as little as $2 a month, you help support me and the channel. We're doing barrel picks here very, very soon. We've got a fun little collaboration coming up that you guys might want to be in tune with, and you're only going to find out about that over at the Patreon. So like I said, you want a free 2-ounce sample of this bottle right here. All you got to do is join up on the Patreon. You're entered into that automatically. And we got fun things coming here in 2025. But without further ado, let's get into the palette of the PX Sherry cast finish series of the Barrell Bourbon products. Here we go. I'm always intrigued to know like what fill was that bourbon. Like was this a first fill after the sherry was in it? Was it a second or a third? Things along those lines change what a bourbon's flavor profile is going to be coming out of one of those finished casks. And I'm not going to say that this is very viscous, but what I will say is it's very oily. It's leaving a film on the roof and the tongue, and it's really, really sweet. But it's not grape sweet, it's not wine sweet. It's coming through as very light fruit sweetness. I'm almost getting peaches, and I'm getting those plums that I found on the nose onto the palate, almost like plum skins in a way. Maybe a little bit of like tropical fruitiness coming through on the back end, almost into the middle of the palate, flowing into the tail end of the finish. You know, the first sip, I got a little bit of a bitterness on the beginning of that sip, but once that dissipated and I took that second sip, that bitterness was not there at all. And 115 proof is absolutely perfect for this. You don't want anything, you know, for me, 115 proof is my absolute favorite sweet spot. And this falls absolutely beautifully because you're not being burnt out. You're not trying to find and search too hard to find the flavor profiles and what your palate is trying to experience on this. You're getting some really nice sweetness off of this. This is done very, very well. I would definitely recommend this for sure. You know, I've had a lot of other sherry finished bourbons and things along those lines that where you almost get a mustiness and a dirt quality to it. Now, that could just be the bourbon itself isn't that good, but it's been from other brands that I'm not going to throw any shade to because I don't do those reviews of those bourbons that I don't think are anything worth it for you guys to sit here and listen to me at the end of the day say it's not worth it for you to buy. This one right here, if you like Barrell Bourbon and you're a fan of what they've been doing, this is going to be falling into your wheelhouse. If you like the ice wine finish, this is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be as, I think in the ice wine, I found some really nice orangey notes and things along those lines. This one's not really citrusy. It's more along the lines of like a juicy, fruity kind of thing, and I really do dig it. Yeah, it's weird because it doesn't have the viscosity, but it has the oiliness and has a really, really nice texture to it that I really, really enjoy, that I do think is coming from that sherry wine that kind of implemented something a little bit different on the palate. And you're not finding the true sherryness on the palate, but what it's doing is that mouthfeel. And a lot of you guys don't like that word mouthfeel, but I think that it's influencing the mouthfeel more than it's influencing the palate. And maybe I'm getting a little bit more of that sherry on the finish, and that's how it's supposed to be done. Like I said, on the nose, going into the palate, the finish is not supposed to overtake the bourbon, and the bourbon notes on this are really, really nice. And that sherry influence is very, very subtle. It's very, very delicate, and I really, really do enjoy it. So if you guys want your chance to win a free sample of this bottle, all you got to do, join in on the Patreon. Let me know down below what your favorite sherry wine finish bourbon is in the comments below. Leave a like, smash the subscribe button. But until next time, this has been Nathan with the Everyday Drinker. Cheers. That's good stuff.